back to the shop. I've got a bunch of stuff to get done today. It's Friday, almost time to go play with race cars. We gotta get things cleaned up in here first, so we're gonna knock that out. Alright, took a bit, but the place is finally cleaned up, so now we can get to work. Yes, so much room for activities. Okay, number one priority, so we gotta get packed up for drifting, and then we'll talk about the Big Bad Wolf a little bit. Oh man, sun's out, super nice. Got all the toys outside for now. Got Crash over here chilling. Got Lucy. Moose is out here. Still got to come up with a good name for the B&W. If anyone's got any ideas, please leave a comment. Alright, got some new sod, so gotta crank up the sprinklers. Alright. Oh, fresh sod out front. Got a few things loaded up. Got some wheels and tires, well, some trailer tires. And for the first time, I shoved the tire machine in here. So I'll get that strapped up front. And we got an air compressor and a little generator. So we should be all set. Need to grab the seats. I took them out of the E36 to test fit them in the E46. So we need to grab those and the steering wheel. And we're ready to head out for the night. But there's one thing we need to go over, and that is the future fate of the Big Bad Wolf. In fact, if we're going to talk about it, let's get it out. Pretty sure I left this thing in working order. I mean, it's a Honda. It ought to work. Yes. Fuel pressure. Oh, she's good. Alright, got it out. Okay, so I've been conflicted as to what to do with this car lately. I've come up with an idea. So I was looking at schedules and looking at fun events to do, and I was reminded from some of our YouTube friends about Rocky Mountain Race Week. So Rocky Mountain Race Week is just like one lap, but for drag racing. And if there's one thing that this car is pretty bad at, it's drag racing, which makes it perfect because I always tout this as like the all-around car that can do anything. So if it can do anything, well, it's going to have to be able to do drag racing. So the new goal for the S2000, it's still going to be everything it is right now. We're going to make this a 9-second car. That's the goal. So there's 2 Rocky Mountain Race Weeks this year, 1 and 2. 1 is coming up pretty quick, and we're deep into the wait list. Probably won't happen, and we probably won't have things ready. But in September is Race Week 2.0, and that we can definitely make. So we've got some work to do on this car, but I want to get it out, tell you guys about my new plan. As dumb as it sounds, I bet it's going to be a blast. And a lot of cool guys do that event, so I'll be super excited just to be there, let alone be there with this car. So anyway, I don't have anything other than that to say, but let's take this for a drive while we have it out. Ugh. Alright, almost up to temp. That's water temp there, so we're getting there. So we got water temp, we got fuel pressure, would be lambda, but not today. And then we've got boost piping pressure, and then here we've got map pressure in kPa. And the only one that matters right here, pounds of boost, which is controlled. Pounds of boost is controlled right here. So we can click that, crank that baby way up, but not today. 12 pounds should be good for this little drive. I don't have the best fuel in here right now. Got some other pages, timers. This one here shows the load cell for the shift knob. So I can pull the shifter. And then these are the timers that do the cut for shifts. So you'll see them click through their numbers. All right, let's hit it. All right, still a pretty good car, still runs. For sure we're due to get this thing out on a dyno though. At least we got some of the dust blown off her. This thing's due for some new wheels and tires, I think. Would be fun. And some tuning. And some cleaning. She's good. So turbo wise on the Big Bad Wolf, this is a 6564 Zona turbo, and it's been a trooper. It's been on this car through all the anti-lag shenanigans. It also did both one laps of America. This engine did one of the one lap of America events. The other one, which is now Darian's car, did the other. But both of these motors have been really solid. So possibly to make this car a little quicker, I do have a Gen 2 GTX 3586 1.03 RS that we could put on here. Obviously quite a bit bigger than this turbo, and should get us up into the hopefully 800 horsepower range. And we should have plenty of overhead on fuel. I'm going to have to get some bigger injectors. There's only 1300s in here right now. So we're going to crank that up. And we're probably going to put the other fuel pump in. So yeah, I have a much larger Fuel Lab fuel pump. I should replace this Weldon A1100 or 1100A. And the rest of the car is probably pretty stout, at least for doing an event like that. Of course, the huge upgrade we're going to have to do is the rear end on this car. So even though I run 335 Hoosiers on this thing, back here behind the trailer hitch is still just a stock differential housing. So I've obviously done a bit to it to make it a little stronger. I mean, nothing crazy, but we're gonna have to really upgrade that to make this reliable while launching. These axles I can basically twist in half on command. I know if I get things stuck up just right and roll off the clutch good and boost, we can basically just snap them. And the shafts, like I've literally just twisted the shafts right in half multiple times now. So probably do something like Super K has and do a Ford 8.8 and try that. As far as drive comfort, And this thing is a pretty comfy machine. We might have to do a few things for safety, but as for cruising down the street, we've put a lot of miles on this car as is. So I would bet we can take some of this aero off. We probably don't need quite this kind of downforce for drag racing, so I'm gonna have to trim this puppy way out or take it off, and maybe we'll put a little lip on there. Not sure. I don't want to change the aesthetic of the car too much. I mean, it's still the Big Bad Wolf. We can't go too crazy. But we've got plenty of time to get this knocked out, so it's going to be a fun project. I can't wait to have you guys on board with it, and hopefully it'll be a pretty rad time. Oh man, almost forgot to pack these. We're going to need these tomorrow. Hell yeah, brother. So yeah, super excited. It's been so long since I've done something cool with the S2000. I mean, we did one lap, that was now years ago, and before that, maybe we did... Before that, we did Atlanta with Grid Life with Time Attack. And that was an awesome time. So yeah, looking forward to all that. But first, we gotta go drifting. And this weekend is the big Formula D comp weekend. So I'll be doing my first competition, which I'm really excited about and nervous. But either way, I'll bring you guys. I'll see you there. Please like and subscribe if you have a second, and we'll see you next time.